Welcome back to the Citizen Data Academy. This video is the fourth in our Living in Baton Rouge module. We'll showcase some of our story maps found in the EBRGIS portal. Story maps are interactive web applications that tell a narrative about our city and parish by combining text, images, and other multimedia content with maps. This creates a more immersive presentation than a simple slideshow. Our gallery of story maps provide local knowledge and expertise and are a way for us to sustain a meaningful connection with citizens. You can access our most prominent story maps at the bottom of the EBRGIS map portal homepage, or view the entire gallery here. Currently, there are 9 story maps in the gallery. Our open data team will periodically create a new story map or update an existing one with new information and media. In this video, we'll explore a few of our story maps in detail. The Move BR story map will be covered in its own video in the City Parish Government module. We'll start by looking at our story map about the Great Flood of 2016. This is by far our most viewed story map, with nearly 50,000 views. A stationary low-pressure system dropped an extreme amount of rain on the area starting on August 11th. Some areas of the parish received more than 2 feet of rainfall, and flooding began the following day. The Comeet and Amite rivers both greatly surpassed their record flood stages, devastating the surrounding areas. Tens of thousands in East Baton Rouge Parish were forced to evacuate, and the area sustained billions of dollars in damages. In the map legend, you can see that areas inundated by the flooding are shown in light blue. You can also see the boundaries for the city limits of Baker, Baton Rouge, Central, and Zachary. As you zoom in to a flooded area that is developed, you can see various colored polygons marking buildings greater than 500 square feet. Public facilities are shown in blue, commercial buildings are shown in red, and residences are shown in orange. You can also search for a location with the search bar and mark your location in the map. The left sidebar contains 10 tabs with detailed statistics and information about the flood. We can see in this first tab that nearly 80% of the city of Central was flooded, while less than 20% of the city of Baton Rouge was flooded. Over 160,000 total structures in the parish were affected by flooding, with the majority being residences. You can view the breakdown of affected areas by zip code and Metro Council District. Districts 4 and 5 were hit particularly hard by the flooding. You can view the flooding effects based on the median household income of census block groups, as well as the total assessed value of inundated properties. Central certainly had the highest value of affected properties, followed by Shenandoah and Tiger Bend. The 6th tab shows the number of individual assistance applications that were submitted to FEMA by census block group. In the narrative at left, counts of inundated structures within the 100 and 500-year flood hazard areas are provided. Also, for reference, the estimated flood inundation area is provided. In this tab, you can view subdivision developments by date range overlaid on top of the estimated inundation area. The narrative at left provides stats related to the time frame subdivisions were approved, and these statistics demonstrate that newer subdivisions were less prone to flooding than others. The 8th tab shows the locations of flood-related building permits issued by the City Parish Department of Development. Most of the permits were for residential and commercial remodels. This tab shows a flood depth model throughout the parish, with the darker blue colors indicating more severe flooding. Naturally, most of the severe flooding occurred along the Amite and Comeet rivers. Jones Creek and Claycut Bayou also heavily flooded. You can click on the red pins in the map to view the high water mark surveyed by the Amite River Basin Commission and U.S. Geological Survey. The final tab shows how all of this data was validated by cross-comparing the results of different analytical methods. By assessing the event from these different perspectives, we gained a comprehensive understanding of the Great Flood of 2016. Next, we'll cover the Landmarks and Places story map. This map features over 100 landmarks and places of cultural and historical importance in our parish. Most of the points are locations in downtown and mid-city Baton Rouge, but there are also separate sections for the southern and northern parts of the parish. The map of each section shows pins that represent a significant location. By clicking a pin from the list in the left-hand panel or from within the map, you can learn more detailed information about that location and its history. Left-clicking on a photo will allow you to zoom in and out, and many locations have multiple photos to scroll through. Left-click on this X button to close the tab for your selected location and return to the list. This makes scrolling through the section much easier. Most of our city's historic buildings and museums are found in downtown, with more than 50 locations to explore. The section of the story map covering the southern part of the parish displays many features at LSU, the healthcare and commercial corridor south of I-10, and the surrounding suburbs. The northern part of the parish features locations at Southern University, the Metro Airport, and the surrounding cities and communities. Whether you're a lifelong resident or a first-time visitor, the Landmarks and Places Story Map is a useful resource for learning more about the history of our community. Now we'll look through the Downtown Greenway Story Map. This map tracks the progress of the Baton Rouge Downtown Greenway, a pedestrian and bicycling corridor that uses existing parks and infrastructure to connect inner-city residential neighborhoods to downtown. The completed segments of the Downtown Greenway are shown in green on the map, while the segments under construction or still in the planning phase are shown in red. Click on a photo at the bottom or a pin in the map to zoom to that location of the Greenway and find more information about that point. Eventually, the Greenway will travel along the I-10 and I-110 corridor, starting at City Park and reaching its terminus at Memorial Stadium. To conclude this video, we'll briefly mention a few of our other story maps. The Historic Land Development Map uses essays and map layers to show the history of land development in Baton Rouge, from the founding of the city to the present day. We also have a story map that explores the history of our EBRGIS program, which includes its foundation, policies, and objectives. Our GIS Day Gallery showcases the display installed at the main library at Goodwood to celebrate International GIS Day in the month of November. We encourage you to explore all of our story maps for yourself. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll demonstrate how to use the Emergency Information Map.